After leaving Falcon State Park, I sailed under the streets of Laredo and over a lake near Del Rio.
Well, I've made it to Spur 406. Somewhere on the end of this is a camping spot. At least I hope.
The lake I passed was the Amistad Reservoir, home of the Amistad National Recreation Area. One of the largest lakes in Texas, it is fed by the Rio Grande and straddles the border with Mexico. While popular for boating, it also has several very accessible campgrounds. I, however, was looking for a more remote location, which is why I chose Spur 406.
Well, this section is a little rough. Primitive camping means primitive roads, I guess. Well, this might be looking nice. Whoa. I hope I can get out of here again. Oh no. Oh no. Hold it. Dead end. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna get stuck. It looks really good, but except I have to back in. There's just no turnaround at the end. So take my time. Hopefully I can do it. Almost level. Nice view.
This post confirmed it was a designated campsite.
Well, this is all kind of new to me. You got to pay by electronics. It's not cash in an envelope. Even though over there it says cash in an envelope. I guess they just installed this. So, oh boy. A little complicated. But I think I should be able to get it. Let's say 3. Okay. Okay, oh, swiperoni. Well, look at that. Success!
Well, I'm always happy when I get to see the local wildlife. But somebody left dog kibble at a campsite, and this gray fox found it. This is a really bad idea, as they now come to campsites seeking human food and not their own native diet. But despite this careless act, it was still a magnificent animal to observe. When I backed in here, I heard a little ding, so I thought I'd come out and investigate. Here's what I found out. That's the ding right there. Looks like I've bent the tailpipe. Not very good. Get out my tarp, crawl under, see how bad it is. Yeah, definitely bent. Yeah, and the hangers come off as well, so it's hanging real low. What I need to do is lift the tailpipe up. It's way too low. It's just going to get worse. I've got a jack for that right here. However, it's also too far that way. The hangers don't line up, so it's got to come back that way as well. I've got a tow rope I can use to just pull it that way, and then I can jack it up. It's that bend that's not very good. That's got to be restricting the amount of exhaust the engine can expel. But I can't fix that right here, not with what I've got, but I can at least get that back up on the hanger. It broke. Not an expensive component, but I just don't have one. So, get out the wire. Oh boy. Once I got the two hangers positioned properly, I reattached that broken hanger rubber and proceeded to wrap rebar wire around the two hangers to keep it all together. Not pretty, but it should work. Now that I've got the hanger wired up, I can let this down and see what happens. Oh, looks like it's gonna stay there. Okay. Off. Okay, that's on there pretty solid. I should be fine. It bides me time until I can make it to a muffler shop. Didn't take a lot of tools, stuff everybody should have. A jack. I always bring wire. You never know what you're going to need it for. Pliers. A rope of some sort, although this was my tow rope. And a tarp. Pretty easy. Band-Aid solution. Done in 20 minutes. Now I can carry on. It was a little toasty today. Didn't really want to go too far out when it was so hot. But there's this beautiful cool breeze blowing in right now. So it's time to take that other form of travel, a little walk. There was a deer staring at me when I entered the dry riverbed. He seemed a little nervous at my presence.
It's so quiet. Nice spot for a sunset. That's it. Another day gone.
The stars shone brightly that night. But in the morning, I set off to the boat launch area. Although there are swimming areas in Amistad, this area wasn't suited for it. It was mostly for boaters. It did, however, have an interesting landscape. With groves of submerged dead trees. By the time I returned to camp, the weather became a lot colder.
This looks like a good spot. I needed some shelter. Today it's windy, it's cold, cloudy. Kind of looks like it's going to rain. Looks like my winning streak of weather is over. Last few days it's been sunny and hot. But you can't blame me for this one. I blame Scuba Steve because he sent me an email and he said bad weather was on my way. It was going to be cold. He's in Arizona. And so don't blame me. Blame Scuba Steve. But that's okay. I need these cooler, windier days, which I'm not really going to shoot much because that gives me some time to do some editing in the camper. You know, I'd love to just chill out and enjoy the view, but you guys keep wanting more videos. But you know what? I'm totally okay with that. There's a bit of an updraft. It's starting to swirl around a little bit.
I've seen those types of clouds many a times in my travels. And they're not what you call your fair weather clouds. This one looked like a giant T-Rex ready to devour me whole. Soon the clouds began to rumble and flash. As the heavens above closed their door, that familiar pitter-patter could be heard. It was time to view from indoors. Devils danced on the horizon until an angel appeared.
There's the rainbow.
It was a battle between sun and rain, and the storm gods were not through yet, and let it be known. Finally, the storm gods conceded with an eerie retreat, their robes fluttering behind them. The parting storm cloud was like a fierce dragon, baring its fangs at the sun. But not before posing for a family photo. The next morning, I woke up to a baby crying. A herd of goats had taken over my sunset spot. I don't know what that lead goat yelled, but I think it meant, "Get moving," as they all followed. This little kid was stubborn and wanted to stay. And that caracara bird couldn't be happier, as that kid looked kinda tasty. Well, the bonus with this place is the air's so dry, I dried out my shower curtain within a minute. Don't have to hang it up. Well, the goats went home. It's quiet again, but the wind's picked up, which is something different. I seem to have a real mix of weather the last 24 hours, but it is sunny, it is hot, so I'll take that. And by the way, I want to sort of clear up some misconceptions some people have. This is not boondocking. And the reason it's not boondocking is I paid for this campsite. Now, I didn't pay a lot. I think the regular price is $6 a day. If you've got a senior's pass or a Texas Parks pass, it's half price, $3. That's pretty reasonable. You get a spot on the hill, which is what I've got. I would call this primitive camping, not boondocking. Let's be clear on that. And there's not much here. There is 2 vault toilets, which are in good shape, but there is no running water. If you need water, you got to get it elsewhere. There are other places in Amistad that do have running water. I think it's $10 a night, but I wanted the privacy, the intimacy with wilderness and nature, and so I chose this one. And I'm cheap, let's face it. it's late in the afternoon and I'm getting kind of hungry, almost supper time. And I'm thinking lately I've been eating a little too healthy. You got to do everything in moderation, remember that. Everybody says that. So tonight I'm going to go for one of my gas station creations. You know, stuff you could get at a little gas station or corner store or something as you're traveling through town. And I think I've got just the right ingredients. First, you start off with a great big bean and cheese burrito. Chop it up into little squares. Fry it up on the stove with a little bit of oil. Top it off with a salad. And then you add a few fixins. And here's what you get. Oh yeah, this is gonna be tasty. Oh, the salt, the preservatives, love it. So if you don't have a microwave for a microwave burrito, just fry it up in little chunks. It works wonders. Oh, come on, don't be too judgmental. You know you want to try some. Here. Isn't that good? That was a good meal. Sun's gone down. It's getting cool. You're probably thinking this is the perfect time for a beer. However, not this time. I'll save that till later. Right now, I got a little cleaning up to do before it gets too dark. As the goats trot off into the sunset, a deer looks at me with sad eyes. Sure wish I could take her home to play with Prudence. In the morning, as I packed up, I took one last view of the sunrise before I headed off. I really enjoyed my stay in Amistad, but further travels await me. I hope you enjoyed this video and will continue to follow me as I explore new trails.